Hello and welcome to the conversation with PD and friends. It's another great day, another exciting day. This is the day the Lord has made. We rejoice and we are glad in it. Today we are going to be looking at a very interesting topic that if affects every one of us. If it is handled well, we will enjoy. If it is not handled well, it's capable of ruining our entire life, which is how to handle in-laws. We're going to be treating this topic in series, but today we are starting with the general term, how to handle our in-laws. My name is Pastor Dolly. When we come back, I will introduce our guest. We have in our studio an educationist, a talk show host on radio, an author. No other person than our own elegant Mrs. Uche. Mrs. Uche, ẹ káàbọ̀.
Thank you, Pastor Dolly.
Thank you. Yeah.
Nice to always be here. I think I'm home when I'm here.
Yeah, always nice to have you here, really, seriously.
Thank
Because
you,
it's the conversation with PD and friends. You are the friend. So today we are going to be looking at in-laws, how to handle in-laws in our marriage. Now, in-laws as people who become our relative because of marriage. I want us to take special note of that word, in-laws. They are our relatives because of marriage. Mrs. Uche.
It took me time to understand the meaning of in-laws. I was opportune to see somebody educate me on that. So when we have in-laws, it means that by law, these people have become your mother. So your mother-in-law. So by law, if you have a biological mother, this person is now your mother by law. This person is your father by law. This person is your sister by law. You chose to have them now as sisters by law, binding the marriage. So henceforth, you no longer see them as the other person. You see them as your mother, you see them as your father, you see them as your sister. So if we have this basic understanding that as I marry Mr. This, I am taking his mother as my mother. I'm taking his father as my father. I'm taking the sister as my sister. So when we have this understanding on both sides, this issue will not be a problem. It is a big problem, especially in this part of the world where in marriage is not just, they tell you don't marry just the person, you marry the whole family. So it's a big problem because there is an understanding that is lacking. If you are my mother-in-law, you are supposed to take me as a daughter by law. So I'm supposed to take you as a mother by law. So if I have a biological mother and I have a good relationship with her, having you as my mother should not be a problem. But because there is a misunderstanding in both parties, most cases, that's why we're discussing this issue. If not, it's not supposed to be an issue of discussion. So that's why we have issue with dealing with them, because at times we feel that they are interfering in my home. They are not supposed to play this part. They are not supposed to play this role. So the first thing is to have an understanding of who this person is. So from the day I get married, take that vow at the altar or sign that registry, that certificate at the registry, automatically, as I'm being handed those certificates, by law, I am having another title. And I am also supposed to enjoy something, which means I no longer have one mother, I have two mothers. My biological mother and my mother by law. So, but then the other person too, that's the mother, is also having a son or a daughter. So you are the law identifies you to take this person. Same way the law tells you, from today, I did wed you as my lawful husband. So you are also by law taking you as my lawful mother. That's the meaning of in-laws. It means in law. But you know, the way we pronounce it, in-laws, it becomes like it's like a clause that is harmful. But what it actually means is that by law. That's why you have in law. So as you are taking that vow, which says, today I take you as my lawful wedded husband, you are also taking, maybe they should start introducing it like that. If you have a mother-in-law, they'll bring her out and say, but today I take you as legally or lawfully taking you as my mother. So if both parties have this understanding, I don't think this issue or this topic should be something we should discuss if we have the basic understanding. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the way you have defined this whole thing now. Talking about mother-in-law, father-in-law,
Yeah.
brothers-in-law, sisters-in-law, that the very moment you are marrying your husband and you take him to be your husband, or
Legally married
legally
husband.
to be your wife, legally to be your husband, it means you are also saying
legally, yes.
legally your mother is now my mother.
Yeah, by law.
By law, which means it is, you are now bound by that law.
Yes.
Law is something that binds you actually. So you are bound by that law to be a wife, I mean a child to this woman, or to be a child to this man.
Yeah.
By law.
Yeah.
So having said that, I haven't gotten that understanding. We know what the Bible says about, for instance, honor to parents. It said, honor your father and mother so that your days be long.
Yes.
It is not optional. It is not based on, the Bible didn't say if your mother is good, honor her.
Yeah.
If your mother is bad, don't honor her. Which means honor to parent is not optional. It's a thing you do not because of what they do to you. You do it because it is legal for you to do that to them. It is scriptural for Christians to treat their parents right. Now, if in-laws are now your parents by law,
Yes.
are you now bound by the law of marriage to treat them the way you would treat your own mother? Because we all know the way I would treat my mother is not the way I'm going to treat any other woman outside. You understand? I'm kind of indebted to honoring my mother. You know, if we had to go with what the Bible says, does that mean that I'm also indebted to honoring my mother-in-law, to treat her the way I would treat my mother, because she's now my mother by law?
I've heard some ladies praying before marriage that they don't want to have a mother-in-law because of things they've heard about mother-in-laws. That's how bad it is, you know. So because a lot of mother-in-laws, yes, we know that as a mother, we feel that nobody can love our children better than we do. So most times when our children get married, there is this unconscious rivalry between the mother and the daughter or the son. You know, a mother feels that another woman cannot love my son better than I do. I have the best interest for my son. So because of that, there is always this uh, silent rivalry between a mother-in-law and a daughter-in-law, because they are fighting for attention from one person. So because of this, I feel that we should do more of enlightenment, letting the mother, you know, if yes, it is not optional. I'm not supposed to honor my parents because they are good. That's my biological parents. So because my mom is not good, I will not honor her. So it is the same thing we should do for our mother-in-law. Whether she's a nice person or she's not a nice person, the right thing to do is for you to give her that honor. But let's not forget the place of abuse. Let's not forget the place of people that don't want to see reason. So that is why there is always conflict between, most times, people do ask, why is it that it's always mother-in-laws? Why is it that there are no, you hardly hear about father-in-laws,
Father-in-law.
It is because a mother feels that nobody can love my child better than I do. So because of that, they also want the attention of that child. So, but like I said, if we have the right understanding, we have the right orientation, you will know that there's no need for you to struggle. The only thing you are doing is that by marriage, you are gaining a daughter. And if you love that daughter as a mother, that daughter in turn will also love you. So the problem we have here is not having the right understanding. That's what I say there.
Not having the right understanding. That is why there is fusion between mother-in-law and daughter-in-law. Most cases, it's always mother-in-law and daughter-in-law, like you rightly said. So we'll try as much as possible to look at it from that angle now. You see, I think that one of the problem, like you said, not having the right understanding, assumption. Some people, some of us, when our son is getting married, because we don't really know this person, our son met this person somewhere, and our son understands this very person. And because we don't know this person, we are biased. We allow our bias to take the better part of us. Sometimes because of the tribe, somebody from that tribe had done wrong, which we know. We now wait to say, this tribe not be my house if they come. When he come, I go show and pepper and things like that, which ought not to be. But I'm not talking about the case of your son want to marry you, and the girl she wants to marry, she's already fighting him and giving him injury before they enter marriage. If you as a mother now come to say, my son, you can't marry this woman, at that point, I can't be an in-law to this person. I can't be a mother-in-law to this person because of the violent behavior. I think it is right for that son to listen to the mother, because it is usually, like they say, it's better to break relationship than to break marriage. It is better we look well before we leap. It's very important. So coming back to the issue of assumption, so parents just assume that, this person, because of the tribe, because of one thing or the other, the mother was married, the mother is divorced, how can such a girl stay in a husband's house? For me, that is not the way to judge people. You judge them by who they are as an individual. And also, when we talk about this mother-in-law and daughter-in-law problem thing, sometimes people treat people the way they treat them. You understand? Mother-in-law comes to your house, she's nagging, and you return nagging for nagging. Before you know it, the house is on fire. It ought not to be. You treat people the way you are. The way you treat people is the way you are, not the way they are. They react to me this way, I must react to them this way. It means you are not different from them. If you want to set an example that shows that you are different from them, you must treat them the way you are. How are you? That is what matters. How are you? Between you and your mother-in-law, how are you? That is the way you should treat them, not the way they treat you. They may come to you with bias. They may come to you with this mindset of, this tribe. Not that they've really tasted of you. You understand? Both mother-in-laws and the daughter-in-laws, even some daughter-in-laws, they have this notion about mother-in-law, things that, they probably think this mother-in-law, they assumed this mother-in-law would be like this, And so that is, they prepare to say, okay, this woman is going to be like this. Let me prepare to act like this to them. I don't think that is right. We are going on break now. When we come back, we'll continue with this thought. Welcome back. Don't forget to like, to share, to comment. Comment on the YouTube channel. A lot of you do send me comments personally on my WhatsApp. Comment on the YouTube channel. That is where your comment is much needed so that this channel can grow. The purpose of this channel is we use it to air our crusade, to live stream our crusades. We want to be able to grow it so that we can have much view whenever we are doing crusade. That's actually the purpose of this YouTube channel. I want to also encourage you to look out for this topic about in-laws. It's going to be in series. We're going to talk about brother-in-laws, sisters-in-law, parents-in-laws. We're going to talk about how to handle them and so many other areas we're going to cover. We're just starting with this today. Mrs. Uche, your final words.
I would say that a daughter-in-law today will be a mother-in-law tomorrow. So if we
like that.
if we
I like
get
that.
it,
Sorry, ma. I like that. A daughter-in-law today will be a mother-in-law tomorrow. Continue, ma.
And I also understand that some mothers don't know where to draw the line. So that's why we actually have issues. Some mothers don't know where to draw the line.
And some daughters-in-law too don't know where to draw the line too.
No, ma. It is most times because it is the mother that is giving out the child. It is you that your child is leaving. The daughter is coming in. So because your child is leaving, you don't know where to draw the line.
We're talking about the mother of the girl.
Yes, the mother, whether the mother of the girl or the mother of the boy. Because we mothers, let me use the word because I'm also a mother. We mothers don't know where.
You are going to be a mother-in-law.
Yes, we don't know where to draw the line. We don't want, they say there's no easy way to say goodbye. We don't want our children to leave us. So some parents, some mothers believe that by marriage, my child is leaving. And I don't want that. Consciously and unconsciously, most actions by mother-in-laws tells you that I don't want to let go. So mothers, there should be a time to let go. That's the basic thing. If we're able to know that, one, as a daughter, as a girl, one day you'll be a mother. And being a mother means that you'll be a mother-in-law tomorrow. So you will have the understanding that whatever I do to my mother-in-law might come back to me. Then as a mother, you should know that as I'm training this child with love, as our bond is so tight, there will be a time I have to let go. Not that letting go of your child to start his own life does not mean that you are no more important in his life. That's where we have this problem. Mothers feel that if I just let you go, you forget about me, and you are putting all your love on another person. But I want to say this to all mothers. You are not letting go of your son, but rather you are gaining a daughter. So if we have this understanding, it becomes easy.
Yeah.
There are some daughter-in-law. The first time you are seeing your mother-in-law, you want to impress her. But after that, when you now in your mind, you know that when I enter this family, I'll let her know the kind of person I am. Because of these misconceptions here and there. So I'm going to close by saying that for every girl, you are going to be a mother, and tomorrow you'll be a mother-in-law. Now for every mother, don't forget that there will be a time you have to let your child live his or her life, and we all have a peaceful relationship, and it is an extension of our family too. Thank you.
You're gaining a daughter when your son is getting married. You're gaining a son when your daughter is getting married. Let us bear that at the back of our mind as we journey in this issue of in-laws. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe. Leave your comment on the YouTube channel. We are trying to grow this channel. You can be a blessing to us by joining us to grow this channel, because we use this channel to live stream our crusade. We want to get much view to view our crusade. That's why we're doing this. Remember that God loves you no matter what you're going through. The love of God is stronger than the problem. God bless you. See you again next time. Bye-bye.